It's World Wide Web. Come on. People in Bangladesh could watch us if they found us. They might, right? Remax doesn't have the exclusive on, you know, international business. Do they, Paul? No. Speaking of Paul, we have a birthday boy in our midst. He's saving me a call today. I don't have to make a call. So is this okay, or do you want me to still call you? I have to call too? All right, well, I'll call later on, all right? But usually my birthday gift is that I don't sing happy birthday to you, and that's a gift, trust me, to you, is that when I don't sing to you. All right, but Paul, what, 29? Somewhere in there? Okay, very good. In that range-ish? Good. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. You and Tom Scaglione, you know, they have that most interesting man in the world. You don't always drink beer, but when you do, you drink, it's Dos Equis. It has to be. Exactly. Sharks have a week named after him. Exactly. I love that line. Isn't that the greatest one? Most interesting man in the world. He comes diving out. He's in an ice hole, right? All of a sudden you see this ice hole, and he comes popping out with his head and throws a fish up. And it says, sharks have a week named after him. I love that. You guys are got to wake you up. All right. You good, Jim? Okay. We're awesome. All right. We got a lot of people here that want to talk to you, so I'm going to start. We'll start here with Jerry.
Good morning, everybody. For those of you that may be new to Future Home, and for those of you that suffer from Alzheimer's, my name is Jerry Papa. I'm with Gulfview Realty Property Management, office in the home of Future Home Realty in West Chase, and we are a licensed real estate company that specializes in lease and property management services. We work with real estate professionals throughout Tampa Bay and extensively with the Future Home agents. We pay referral fees. We promise never to steal your customer. We use a 21st century cloud to manage our properties. So direct access is available 24/7 by way of password protected portals. We're members of PRO, and I sit on the PRO Property Management and Lease Council. And today I want to mention to you that as of yesterday, we are moving forward, or as of this past weekend, we are moving forward with our annual program with Metropolitan Ministries. Some of you may remember last year we had barrels at the office in West Chase of Future Home Realty, and those barrels have been ordered and will be placed fairly shortly. One barrel is for toys and one is for non-perishable food items. In addition to that, we are planning now, and by the end of the day today, we will have our direct dates on Thanksgiving and Christmas working in the Big Tent. Some of you that worked with us last year experienced what it's like to help people in that sort of a situation and work either in the toy area or work in the food area or work in unloading turkeys, you name it, they have it at Metropolitan Ministries. We're probably looking at one day, the week of Thanksgiving, maybe Monday or Tuesday of that week, to get a group together, go to Metropolitan Ministries. And I know that the best time to do this is probably early afternoon, unless you feel that we should try to zero in on morning. But usually my experience has been when we try to do morning, we don't get enough people to show up. So with that said, we will announce the actual day and time probably no later than tomorrow. In addition to that, we're zeroing in on a day sometime during the month of December also to work down at Metropolitan Ministries with a group of associates, vendors, and all the people that are connected to Future Home Realty. Excuse me, we should be able to put together a group of at least 15 people. So today, I actually have two clipboards here that I'm going to pass around, one on one side, one on the other, for you to express whether you have an interest in doing this. And on the clipboard, you can also either X or check off the Thanksgiving or Christmas or both. And by all means, don't be shy, because it's a great thing to do. You'll come away feeling really good about yourself. And Metropolitan Ministries, if you don't know much about them, they're a great organization. They are helping people from all walks of life, and I challenge each and every one of you to help us work this through the holiday season.
Awesome. Thanks for heading that up, Jerry. Appreciate that. Also, in that, obviously, you know, once you get the date, if the date doesn't comply, doesn't work, you're not sign that in, well, don't prick your finger and write it in blood. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So have that and get that go. David, every time I see David, you know, David's an attorney, all right, and he shows up and he doesn't bill me by the hour, right? Well, I haven't checked my bill lately.
It's coming.
You bill me for this?
It's coming. It's called cumulative effect.
Yeah, exactly. Cumulative effect, exactly. It's all been building up, and he's waiting for his Christmas bonus.
That's right.
So he's going to Christmas bonus by just, you know, charging me the bill at the end of the day. So every time I see him, I'm reminded of things I need to talk to you guys about, because these are issues and discussions that David and I have had on issues that our agents are experiencing. David has another one he wants to bring up. Some of us have talked about this 100K Club, but tell us about what you found here.
All right. A month ago, Tom Scaglione just mentioned briefly, and this may have circulated through the emails, this article about Spring Hill. There's an owner, a couple, who had a sinkhole claim. They were paid on the sinkhole claim. Their realtor sold their house for them, and they'd fixed issues, only the cosmetic issues. The sinkhole remained. They pocketed, you know, over $200,000, and they decided to sell the home. Well, the U.S. Attorney's Office found out about this and prosecuted them for fraud. And what happened was, at the trial, the defense attorneys made the point, their defense was, it was the realtor that did it. All right. Now you're thinking to yourself, well, what has this got to do with me? You know, you may have seen this nice picture, and these people, you know, it looks like they're going into the courthouse. And what in the world has this got to do with me? Well, I can tell you exactly what it has to do with you. Every issue that you have with your client, a good example would be, well, client says, I don't want to get a survey, all right? And you have this nice discussion, and you may, okay, I drove home, you know, I feel good about it. They're aware now how I feel about that. Well, what happens later if there's a boundary dispute, and they all of a sudden have amnesia, and they say, well, wait a minute, why didn't we get a survey? I didn't realize there was an issue about a survey, and why didn't you? And you say, well, wait a minute, we discussed that. Each and every time you have any significant discussion like that, my strong recommendation is to send an email. First paragraph would be, it is wonderful, once again, wonderful, great opportunity you've given to me. Enjoyed the experience, and thank you. And let me know what else I can do for you. Positive, positive, positive. Next paragraph would be, you know, I just wanted to confirm our discussion on the survey. I had encouraged you to have a survey done. There are issues that can be revealed by a survey, and without doing the survey, we wouldn't have any knowledge of those, so there's some risk. And if you have any questions, thank you very much. And you know, you decided not to have a survey. Then, if somebody comes along and you call me and say, well, hey, you know, David, this guy's complaining and he wants to make a claim on our insurance because we didn't get a survey. And I had that discussion. The first question I'm going to have is, did you confirm that discussion in writing? Whenever you have that discussion and you confirm it in writing, I would say about 99% of the claims go away. I've represented about 200 or 300 people in front of the Florida Real Estate Commission. Every time I have something like that documented, I talk to the attorneys, that issue goes away. So for your own good health and for your own benefit, whenever you have a significant discussion, start off with that paragraph. It's wonderful. You know, I love working with you. Thank you for the opportunity. And then, you know, a few sentences about just to confirm, wanted to confirm that conversation. And if for some reason you've got a seller's disclosure form and they filled it out, and you want to make sure that you're not the realtor blamed at trial, or you're not taking some heat for not disclosing something, what you do is you make a copy of the seller's disclosure form, and you say, just wanted to share this with you, and you signed it, and I want you to double check and make sure that each and every answer is correct. And if I don't hear from you, I'm going to assume that everything is correct. Thank you very much. At least if they say, wait a minute, there's an issue here, the issue is resolved as far as your liability and your problems in front of the Florida Real Estate Commission are pretty much go away if you have that confirming email with that attachment of the seller's disclosure form. And I've put some of the copies of the articles out for you, and if you need any more, I've got a couple more.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
David, here's the thing. Many of us have done it. I know I did it way back in the day, and I stopped doing it, especially elderly clients. Hey, let me just ask you these questions. I'll fill it out for you, and you just sign it. Right? That's what these people's defense at the end of the day was. Well, our realtor filled it out, and we just signed it. We thought that they had put the right answers that we had given them. Okay? Now, they haven't come after the realtors at this point, but you shouldn't touch that. seller's disclosure. It is a seller's disclosure. It is not a agent disclosure. It's not a brokerage disclosure. It's the seller disclosing what they know. While we're on the subject of seller's disclosure, I feel like I'm blue in the face because I say this every time. If you do not, never imply to a seller that, oh, you haven't lived in the property, don't worry about it. Just say you never lived in the property. BS. I have had 40 rental properties that I've owned in my day. I've never lived in them. I know a lot about them. And when I went to sell them, I had to disclose what I knew about them. Roof leaked here, the AC overflowed there, okay, I have all sorts of knowledge I have as a seller. I never lived there is not a get out of jail free card. Trust me on that. And if you imply to the client, they're going to come after you saying, well, you just told me to write on there that I never lived there. Okay, and so we see it a lot. That's why you guys whine and complain. Whine and complain. Okay, because mornings are file compliance. That I insist that you have across the top when we represent the buyer, seller refused to complete the full disclosure. Seller refused to complete the, you know why I do that? Yeah, but it says that in the contract already. It's a bank-owned property. It says that. I get it. But guess what? The FAR bar, seller's disclosure, covers Chinese drywall, covers mold, covers all the things that we need included in all these things. And we can then say, well, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, we told you that normally a seller fills this out. In this case, this seller chose not to, and you elected to proceed anyway. All right, that is why we do that. So, and remember the other thing too, when you have a whine and complaint in a session, all right, with somebody, all right, Maureen has full authority to charge her people to push it right up to me. You have my phone number, it's on the list, all right? You got a problem with them, you got a problem with me, so you call me, all right? Because all they're doing is making you fill out documents that I'm insisting be taken care of, all right? I am telling you, I'm the one that has the discussion with David Rankin, all right? I'm the one that says, hey, David, how are we going to get ourselves out of this one, all right? And we've come up with a system that will help us. It's not perfect. We can still get sued, trust me, all right? But it's better than not having anything. So that is why we do it. So, and if you don't like it, have a great day, all right? There are other places to hang your license.
And one last thought, on the FAR bar contract on page 3, about the middle of the page, there is a specific paragraph that says that when the seller signs it, the seller is acknowledging that the seller has disclosed any and all information that the seller has about material conditions that would affect the value of the property. So if you're having trouble, point that out to them, because they are, just by signing the contract, they're making representations, and the seller's disclosure form allows them to be a little bit more specific about those disclosures.
Right.
All right. And David Rankin, I'm the owner of American Patriot Title. Any questions you have, let us know. Thank you. David's
great. David's a GTAR's attorney, great guy. We have some dialogues on occasion. Sometimes we actually have friendly dialogue, right? About good things. Hey, how's your life? How's the wife? And everybody.
I try to be friendly.
Yeah, exactly. But then I started seeing that it's still billable hours. Even he's asking about my kids, it's billable. All right. So I forget, David. My kids are great. And let's get on. All right. Okay. Put that 0.1 every you put. Okay. That's not 8.1 hours. All right. Got it. Okay. Very good. And he also owns American Patriot Title, of which, Tanya Morningstar, are you going to tell us about American Patriot?
Just real quick to back up a lot of the information that David gave you, Tanya Morningstar, American Patriot Title, that when you partner with American Patriot Title, when you are doing business with us, when you drop off a contract or send it in, you don't know what's going to happen from that point to the closing table. And hopefully you never need an attorney, but there's a lot of gray areas. And it's just really important to remember not to take legal matters into your own hands. And the benefit of working with American Patriot Title is that we have an attorney in-house. And if something should arise, it can be taken care of right away, and that's part of doing business. So it gives you security. It lets you rest assured that you're not taking matters into your hands, that we can take care of it. And sometimes things come up that you're not even aware of, that we will find in the contract or happening along the way, that we will bring to your attention that need further handling in a legal way. So that's part of doing business with American Patriot Title.
Awesome.
That's it. Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Tanya. Those gray areas give your broker gray hairs, by the way. All right, so let's keep Bob with that with his few gray hairs. Just Roland had a birthday as well not too long ago, didn't she, bud?
Yes, sir.
All right.
39.
39. I love it. See, you're only 10 years older than Paul. Where Paul? There, right here. Okay, you're only 10 years older than Paul. Very good. Awesome. Brindley are going to be on a panel tomorrow. Where's that panel?
I think it's Center Club in Tampa.
There you go. Okay, I'm teaching, so you got to cover for me until I get there.
Tomorrow morning. Yeah.
All right, you can hold that.
Hi, I'm Brindley Tucker. I'm the owner of Your Realty Leverage. We are a full transaction management company, so we do everything from contract to close. We also do some listing maintenance. So we're all about leveraging. We're all about leveraging your business. Most of you can agree, I would hope all of you can agree, that anything after you go under contract doesn't make you money, but it can cost you a lot of money if you're not paying attention. Most realtors do not like paperwork. Most realtors do not like chasing deadlines, making sure that sellers' disclosures are completed properly. All of those mundane tasks that take you away from your families, take you away from lead generating, the things that actually make you money, that's where we step in. We are your eyes and ears throughout the entire file. Your name is still on the contract, so you're still ultimately responsible, so we keep you updated on a regular basis. You're blind copied on all communication. We keep Doreen and her ladies happy by making sure that compliance is submitted properly, that you're paid at closing. We coordinate all of your closings, so closing times, walkthrough, keys, all of those little things that we can forget about. Deadlines, that's a big one. If you've never written a check for missing a deadline, you certainly don't want to. They can be pretty hefty. So we make sure that all the deadlines in the contract are met. Any extensions or addendums that are needed, we're licensed realtors, so we can take care of those things for you. We are working with a lot of FHR agents now, so we're very excited about the partnership with your office. I am more than happy to talk to you about this service and how we can leverage. We are actually paid at closing, and we do not get paid unless the transaction closes. Our fees are very minimal for the amount of work that we do. I agree. It's $250. I mean, it's a lot of work. $250 for a cash transaction. $350 if there's a mortgage involved. If you have both sides, which we're hoping that you're getting a double header, you're just going to add $100. We don't double charge you. We'll also help you with your short sales if you're still doing those, which I hope you're not. We also 99.9% of our agents pass this fee along to their client. They charge it as a cost of doing business, as an admin fee. There's a lot of paperwork in real estate. There's a lot of deadlines. There's a lot of moving parts, especially now with TRID laws and disclosures and things like that. And you're going to have a personal assistant that's going to hold your hand throughout the transaction. And I'm able to be here with you today, Mr. Buyer or Seller, finding you the home of your dreams or helping you get the best price for your home, because I have Brindley in the background handling everything for us. So the script's very easy. The first conversation's the hardest. Once you have it with one buyer, you're on a roll and you can have it paid for.
Awesome. Great. Highly recommend. I'm telling you, leverage yourself. The best thing I ever did in real estate was hire a closing coordinator. All right? I'm just telling you, you cannot do more transactions when you're bogged down in the transactions that you have. All right? You're going to hit a plateau and you will get stuck, period. All right? There are so many hours in a day. Right? I'm just telling you, why not leverage yourself and figure out a way to do it and do it faster and better.
Most of our agents triple their business within 90 days when they start using a coordinator.
Yeah.
Triple, because it takes 48 to 72 hours to process a full transaction, a smooth transaction, which how many of you have had a smooth transaction in the last 3 months, right? It doesn't happen anymore. So all of that time can be used to help lead generate and to build your business. So really, you will see results pretty quickly once you start leveraging.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Awesome. Great. Thanks. Appreciate it. Let's go. We'll come back to you in a second, Kev. Sarah.
Good morning. I'm Sarah. I'm with F Street Homes. I was in general, and I feel your pain listening to all that you're going through. Just bring me your buyers. I do it all. I write the contract. I'll follow it through to closing. So basically, none of what you have to go through what I hear today. But has anybody come to see my model in Hayes Park Village? It's 10 minutes down the street. I've sold 13. I have 14 left. We're single family homes on a 0 lot line. I'm starting to sell my attached product, which is with one common wall. It's a block wall. We're very cute. We're neo-traditional. It's not your cookie cutter front. It's more like West Park Village, and it's new construction. So to find new construction in this area at 209 or 219.9 is virtually impossible.
Tell them where you are again.
Right down the street on Pine, I'm sure you've seen Taylor Morrison on the right-hand side on Forest Lakes. Take a left on Pine, and it's your first left onto Hayes. I'm also going up to Trinity, Longleaf. I don't know if you sell in that area. We have 20 lots. They're going to be deeper lots. They're 100-foot deep, and we're starting at 239.9 for 1,445 square feet. And these will be totally freestanding single-family homes. So I'd love to see you. Just bring your buyers. Again, it's 3%. You walk in and let me do all the work.
Awesome. That's easy enough.
Yeah.
New construction is a piece of cake.
It is.
You're awesome. These are what you got to be.
I do all those work. Thank you. Hope to see you soon.
Ready? You want up here? You can go
Sure.
front? Right here.
This is fine.
Okay. There you go. It's going to be a long one. You clip it on, it's going to be long.
Strap in. Hi everyone. I think you all know who I am. I'm Kevin Overstreet. I own Insured Title Agency, and the lovely Sarah is passing out a few things that I'll just run through real quick. First is something fun, which is our golf tournament. We finally have our flyer done. That's going to be February 5th on a Friday at the Eagles at noon, and we had one last year, and it was extremely well attended. We had about 90 golfers there, and it was a great day. We would have done it this year, but my sister, who's my vice president and newly named partner, she gave birth about an hour ago, so she insisted that we wait until she was back in action to have the tournament / party, so that's going to be in February. And sponsorships are available. I know Jerry's interested, and we had every hole was sponsored last year, so there are many options for sponsors, and they are all very expensive, so keep that in mind. And one half of the sponsorship money does go to Hope Children's Home. We'll be doing the same thing with them that we did last year, which is raise a lot of money. We raised about almost $4,000 for them last year just from the tournament. We'll be selling ITA t-shirts or shirts. We just ordered a bunch of new ones, and those will be $20 a piece. I pay $30, sell them for $20 because I'm a shrewd negotiator, and all of that money goes to Hope Children's Home, and then we. Yeah, well, there you go. I'll give you 2 for 10. How about that? Okay. So updates to that will be all over the 100K Facebook page, on our Facebook page, and my personal one, and on our website and everything. So please come and play. Pricing, haven't figured that out yet. Case-by-case basis, probably. But the next one is we're doing on December 3rd. This is our third in the series of what I think is going to be a never-ending series. It's called Become a Better Agent. And what we do, they've been very well attended the last couple times. And what we do is we have different speakers come in that add value and education to your job, your life. Last time our main speaker was Victoria Beam from Stewart Title, who was talking about the upcoming CFPB changes and the TRID forms and all that stuff that everybody's kind of sick of hearing about. So this one's going to be in December, and one of our main speakers will be from our other underwriter, Fidelity National Financial, and they've developed some extremely unique marketing strategies or programs at no cost to the realtor, and they're specifically for realtors, and they're exclusive to Fidelity agents like ours to offer to their clients. And I think the timing's perfect because, okay, we get through October and November, closings are starting to happen again, and everybody starts thinking, okay, what about 2016? So December is probably the right time to really start looking at how you're marketing and how you should change that. So there's no cost for you to come. It's at 9 a.m. on December 3rd at the Hilton Garden Inn. Free hot breakfast. I'll be speaking in my next level of how to help your buyer when you have the buyer in a transaction by controlling title and hopefully directing it to us. And then the main speaker there will be my new client and very good friend, Jamie Maloney, who many of you have met. He is a REO listing machine. He was actually number 4 in terms of units for the entire nation last year for Coldwell Banker, and I think they have 10, 15,000 agents, I don't know. So with most REO listing agents, the last thing he wants to do is talk to a buyer. He actually won't. And he has opened the door for FHR agents, any of you, all of you, to hold bank-owned open houses at his properties. And we've been going back and forth on how to best communicate those properties to you, and we haven't really come up with a very good system yet, so I'm hoping Bob and I can talk today. I do have his updated through yesterday list. It's 239 properties, all of which are available, most of which are not on MLS. Some of them are pending sale. You can still do an open house. A ton of them are in pre-marketing status, which I think would be a great place to do an open house because the price hasn't even been set. Come on in. HUD has a new thing where you can buy their homes for $100 down. So imagine the traffic you could get into a bank-owned open house with a sign that said, buy this home for $100. So only a few people so far have participated in this, and the ones that have raved about the number of buyers that they've connected with. And this is a guy at a competing agency who's willing to let all of you come and use the fact that he has these properties. So I really encourage you to take advantage of it. And I know Bob in his 100K meetings is all about this corn planting tactic. So we'll talk, but I think we could maybe the problem with putting this on Facebook is if we do a calendar, the only way any user can use the calendar is by having a Gmail account, logging in with that account. So if people don't have a Gmail account, they might not want to. You can't post a spreadsheet. I'm thinking maybe on your site we could post it. But we'll come up with something. And the other thing, I think we work with most of you. This is something that we send to every buyer and seller after every transaction. We mail this to them. It's remarkable the results that we're getting from this. All it is, it's a bribe. It says, hey, how did we do? Number one, that tells the client we care how we did, which that blows them away because most title companies, they're done. They never talk to them again unless they happen to show up in their office. So we actually follow up with a phone call to everyone involved. That's both agents, buyer and seller, whoever's involved, the lender. But to the consumer specifically, we send this for them to go online and do a review of our services. And as you can see in the instructions, they send that to us. We then send them a $5 Starbucks card. Those reviews are so powerful because last month we closed a $750,000 deal in Westchase because the seller was a for sale by owner. He Googled and found us, and we had better reviews than the other people. And that's enormous. So that's a true impartial place, Google, with reviews that are actually real instead of testimonials that are on our website that we probably asked for and maybe typed ourselves. So what I would ask any and all of you to do, please review us. If you've worked with us, that's great. Go on and do a review. Just follow these instructions. Send the email to us with your information and a link to the review. It's very simple. And we'll send you the $5 gift card. And if you have bad things to say, I'll give you $10 to not say it. I think that's it.
Awesome.
Yep. I've got a half dozen for the old school non-digital calendar people.
100K people,
yeah.
Jump that up. I'm telling you, that's a Sunday night ritual waiting to happen right there.
Fidelity dropped 5 of these off to my office, so they're all yours.
All right, good. Oh, right now. See? Now
there you go.
Too late. All right. Got to get up here. Yeah. Okay. All right. See?
There you go.
Right, they're gone. So you better hurry. Last one.
And that's it.
That's it. Done.
Cool.
All right. I need you untethered.
I'll sell it $5.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Awesome. Here's an old friend we haven't seen in a while. What's up, Paul?
Hey, a lot.
All right.
Let me walk over here. Never spoken to a world audience before. You mentioned that earlier.
Translated right now. It's like the United Nations.
Okay. Hey, if you know who I am, great. If you don't know who I am, I'm not going to waste my 3.5 minutes explaining it to you. Just ask the person next to you because I'm sure they do. I've got a couple of things I want to say. Probably not going to be at any more meetings. You never know. May show up for your Christmas party. You guys are hanging your shingle under a great organization. I know this for 2 very important reasons, and I want to share both of them with you. Number one is Maureen. And second only to that is I have undertaken an endeavor that is the skein of everyone in this room. I'm doing a for sale by owner. I started it 2.5 months ago. And I thought I was going to meet hundreds of agents calling me up or coming to my house. There were only about 60 or 70. Most of them were phone calls. Some of them were visits. Everyone I spoke to knew Bob McDougall. and most of them had good things to say. And so the second reason that you're working with a great organization beyond Maureen is Bob. And I've known Bob now for 7 or 8 or 9 years. He's always let me come in here and say anything I want to say about any topic that I want to talk about. So I do have, in about 2 minutes left, a topic to talk about. If you know me, you know I have opinions on everything, and I'm never afraid to share them. Of the 70 or 80 agents who contacted me, not one of them were Future Home Realty. I was surprised by that. I have learned in working with some of those agents that there's an art and a technique to get a listing. I have not given mine away. Out of all the people who have reached out to me, I can count on 3 fingers on one hand who I would give my listing to if I were going to do that. Those are people who care. Those are people who want to help you with no expectation in return. Those are people who want to counsel you and teach you. I assure you that's the way I lived my life when I was a financial advisor, and I got a lot of business that way. I didn't ask for anything. Lori Kaler is one of those people. She is remarkable. I don't know what your numbers are here. All I could tell you is that on the basis of success in life, if you emulate Lori, if you talk with her, if you learn what Lori does, you will be hugely successful. Hugely successful. I'd like to spend a half hour talking about you and about what you've done. You know, somebody that I can just call and say, hey, Lori, what do you think about this? Right? Free time on her part, but I got to tell you, if I were to give my listing, it'd be to somebody like Lori. Thank you. The other person I'd like to talk about is not a realtor, although he pretends to be one every month in these meetings, and that's Kevin Overstreet. Of the same ilk as Lori, Bob, myself, I'm sure others. People who want to help. I called Kevin up one morning and I said, I'm thinking about doing a FSBO. I need to learn this. He said, Paul, come down tomorrow, let's talk. My wife, Marilyn, and I went down there. We learned everything we needed to know about his end of the business. He spent time. He taught me. And if you are not using Kevin for your title work, then at least you're using Bob's attorney over there, I hope. But you got to be crazy. This person gets things done. I said to him, when can we close? When I met with him the next day, because I had a hot lead. He said, I already did your insurance. How about tomorrow morning? Can you imagine that? That's not because of the company. That's because of you. So Kevin, thank you. Lori, thank you. Bob, thank you. Maureen, thank you. You work with great people here. Use them. And thank you so much, Bob.
Great. All right, so here's the deal. You know, I'm affiliated with absolutely zero of these people, okay, as far as an affiliation, so there is no, you know, monetary gain. I just bring a buffet in front of you. I think it's vital that you have a good team, all right? And others, you have other people, and that's great. And just make sure your team is solid, all right? Make sure your team's doing what they're supposed to do. Make sure that they're not, you don't have to do their job for them, all right? That they're doing their job and you can do yours and get things done. And make it happen. A couple quick things that both Paul and Kevin talked about. Kevin talked about corn planting. All right, Paul basically talked about the generosity generation. In essence, that means, you know what, you have to earn the right to be heard. All right, people who try and sell, all right, without having given first. All right, have that commission breath we talk about that nobody wants to smell. All right, and they flee from you. Whereas if you go with the attitude is, how can I help you first, then good things come reciprocating back. That's the whole idea of the generosity generation. Those are the two things, basically, that we teach in the 100K Club. Teach corn planting. I need business right away. Okay, that's why we call it corn, because it grows fast and we can harvest it and we can make some money and get some people going. All right, that's good news. How do I do that? I said bank-owned open houses. All right, we joked the last time that now that we have Jamie Maloney opening up all his whole plethora of open houses, lacking us sending a limo to pick you up and hand making your signs for you, I don't know what else I can do for you. All right, if you don't have the business that you want, if you're nearing the end of the year and you haven't closed what you want to close so far, all right, quit crying and go make something happen. Period. All right, this time of the year, I love to tell you guys who've been around a while, so just indulge me on this. First year in real estate, sitting at a mandatory office meeting every Tuesday morning. We had to be at this office meeting. And remember, I told you the two old guys that reminded me of the guys from Muppet Show up there. The two guys that they're just chirping at me all the time. Hey, just sell another $42,000 home, McDougal. They didn't sell anything. They never saw. I looked at the book. We had to post our sales. And I was selling 8 or 9 a month already, just because, trust me, you sell $42,000 homes, you better sell a lot of them, right? If you're going to survive. So I was just cranking away. I remember I walked in. It was like right before Thanksgiving or right at Thanksgiving, one of the two. And the guy said, "Oh yeah, here it is. Better just pack it in." I said, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "Oh yeah, nothing sells. Nothing sells after Thanksgiving. Nothing. Nobody. They've got their minds are on other things. No, nothing sells." I'm like, dude, my mind, I'm like, I got a mortgage to pay. All right, and I got stuff that I need to still add to my pipeline between now and the end of the year. And so I physically put my fingers in my ears and plugged them. And they said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I can't afford to hear this. All right, I'm not listening to you." And then it hit me. I said, "You know what? 95% of realtors are lazy anyway. And of the 5%, now 95% of the 5% are getting real lazy in November. All right, because they think nothing sells after Thanksgiving." So I said, I'm going to bear down. From that day, it was like mid-November, all right, I went to contract and close before the end of the year 8 new transactions. Why? I answered my phone and I doubled my efforts because I knew that everybody else was going to be extra lazy now. All right? And that's just time for me to make even more money because all the extra lazy people aren't returning their calls. All right? I encourage you that, you know what? It is not time to pack it in and start goal setting for 2016. All right? We got a nice 2016 calendar. Great. Finish 2015 strong. All right? Find a way to go make new transactions happen today. All right? Because other people are out there right now saying, well, I'm going to start Q1 2016. Well, they're the same people that talked about Q1 2015 and Q2 2015 and Q3 2015, and they're not anywhere near where they're supposed to be. All right? Go decide to make it happen. If you want to learn more about 100K tonight, be at the Hilton Garden Inn in Oldsmar. 7 o'clock is the 100K. 6 o'clock if you want to come. We're doing a 1 hour early breakout session on why agents incorporate. All right, why people have PA or LLC behind their name. You ever wondered why? There's a good reason for that. No one could ever explain it to me. I'll explain it to you. All right? Come for an extra hour. We'll do it. We'll get it over in about 45 minutes. Kel?
I had on my calendar that you changed to the Hampton.
No, Hilton Garden Inn here. Hampton Inn is on tomorrow morning. Yep. So tonight is, that's right, Hilton Garden Inn tonight. All right, 6 p.m. for the incorporating. 7 o'clock we're going to kick in with our final meeting of 100K. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., incorporating seminar. 10 a.m., and that's going to be a quick one because I have to be over, and so 10 a.m. to 11, we're going to be a short 100K tomorrow because at 11:30 I'm supposed to be at the Center Club. That's right, can't leave you. You have to cover for me there, Brinley.
Yeah,
okay. All right, there you go. To get us covered. So that'll be a short one, but that's at the Hampton Inn on Olmerton Road in Clearwater. Sorry, right by next to Pro, not far from Pro. Yeah, there's a ton, absolutely. Just all sorts of stuff going on there. If you can, when you come off and you know where the airport is and you do that kind of that curve to get on it, if you could jump, all right, from that ramp onto, you'd probably hit the Hampton Inn. So that's where you want to go. So figure out how to get there, all right, and do that. And then Thursday we have our Orlando Kissimmee doing the same thing, 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. All right, so you're more welcome to come. All right, ladies, you ready? Who's going first? You guys going simultaneously? All right, yeah. Yeah.
I work with Friendly.
Yep.
And for companies.
Yep.
I highly recommend that. I've worked
Perfect.
with a couple other closing coordinators before, or transaction managers, whatever it's called these days.
Right.
And I just highly recommend her. She's phenomenal.
Awesome.
Her company is great.
You cannot argue with third-party recommendations. All right.
Closing coordinators or transaction managers.
Not all closing coordinators are created equally. That is right. That's awesome. And she has access to paperless pipeline. She can do her stuff. That's awesome. That is great. Thank you for that. Now, this young lady, I've known. Now, are you going to call me Mr. Bob?
Maybe. It might just slip out.
Okay. Okay, who does this young lady look like?
Maureen.
Yeah, she does. And there's a good reason for that. All right. Is this not little mini me or what? Okay. All right. Okay. Maddie, tell us about who you are and what you're doing and everything. I knew Maddie from back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day when Maureen would answer her. Maureen was my closing coordinator. And I'd call her at 2:30, and she was in car line picking up Maddie. All right, so that's how long we go back, right, Maddie?
Right. I might refer to him to Mr. Bob. It's because I was drilled in my head that I couldn't refer to anyone older than me other than Mr. So I apologize if I call him Mr. Bob. So yes, for those I have met, hello. For those that I haven't met, my name is Madison Rudkin. I am Maureen's daughter. I've actually seen Future Home grow up from cabinets, from home offices, and from my mom's minivan. So it is so impressive to see who State Farm is today, or who Future Home is today. You guys, by far, I can speak just crazy stories into your character, your hard work, your integrity that I hear, and by far I can say that Future Home agents are the best. So thank you for working hard. I am here today because I work for a company called State Farm. You guys can all, I'm sure my mom just passed out all these folders and you have my card. There is a little nugget when it comes to your closing called home insurance that I know can get super obnoxious, right? So you get to the time of closing and real life stories happen where the mortgage has been approved for a certain amount and the insurance can't get to that amount. Or you have a client who falls in love with this awesome house, right? There's a trampoline in the back, and there's a pool with a diving board, and it's gorgeous. But the home insurance is way too much for escrow to actually happen. Well, that's where I step in. The people that I meet, the clients meet either in front of me or on the phone, and I want you to have full confidence that when they meet with me, they leave having more confidence in your integrity, your hard work, and that the closing will happen when it's supposed to happen. State Farm is the nation's #1 home insurance provider. We are all over the United States and Canada, although Florida has had some fun history here with some hurricanes and other events that have kind of freaked us all out, right? So State Farm, yes, their premiums are a little bit higher. They are the #1 when it comes to rebuilding your home faster on the block. They're going to put you in a hotel and take care of your clients. They're not calling you freaking out. You sold me a house that got attacked by a hurricane and now look where I'm at, right? Well, our agency, our company has allowed us special agencies in the state of Florida to be called select agencies. We not only write through our State Farm company, but we actually are licensed to write through 13 different other companies as well. So if State Farm doesn't fly in the time of closing, or if there's some kind of mishap that we can't help you out with State Farm, I do have other products that I would love to sit down with your clients and make sure that they are taken care of properly in the right timing, right? With these new laws coming out, we got to make sure everything's on time, and that you guys have my direct contact so you can reach me when it needs to happen. So again, Madison Rudkin with State Farm. Oh, also, the reason why these wonderful folders are out here is because I know when you're, tooling around with the customers in the back of your car working hard, there are tons of listings that you guys print that they want to page through and make notes on. Feel free to use these. If you need more of these, let me be your folder supplier. Shoot me an email. They're bright red. I know that you give these to them maybe the day of or week before and say, page through them, see what you think. Oh, I lost the folder. They're bright red. How can you lose a folder, right? So if you need folders, shoot me an email. I'll send them to you, or we can have lunch and I'll drop you off a giant stack. Let me be your folder supplier. In addition, if y'all can pull out your cell phones, this is legal right now in this meeting. Don't. If y'all can pull out your cell phone. Yeah, you have my email in front of you. For those that are watching, it is madison@sfagent.net. Shoot me an email. I am going to be doing a raffle. So every single person who sends me an email, there will be one lucky winner to receive a prize in the mail. So send me an email with your name. Tell me how I did. I love critique. And I am excited to be working with all of you. So again, Madison Rudkin from State Farm. It's nice to meet you guys.
Awesome. Good job, Maddie. Well done.
Oh, that's not yours.
That's good. There you go. Awesome. Terry, you ready?
I'm ready.
Awesome. Isn't Madison, you know what? When it gets here, she's all grown up. It's little Maddie. I trust her implicitly. She was organized from, you know what? I'm telling you. Give her a shot, all right? Give her a shot on your stuff because I have no doubt that she will deliver customer service that unmatched. That's there. All right, Terry, you ready?
I am.
All right, last time you were here, I think you had like something stuffed in your pants or something. Remember, you had like you had ice pack.
Because I just had a car accident.
That's
the
right.
day before.
Did you have State Farm?
No.
Oh man! Why didn't you?
I should.
I know. See?
Can y'all hear me? Do I need this?
Well, yeah, you need this because this is what records.
For the video.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
okay.
it's
Hold
not
on a second.
Magnifier. It's yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me get dressed.
Terry, by the way, Terry's American Home Shield. She sponsored this meeting, so that's why our sponsors get a little extra time to talk with Terry.
Okay, I don't want to be behind you guys. Okay, here I go. Hi, you guys. I'm so excited to be here. Okay, I am the mother of 3 children. They've all come in the first weekend in October. Everybody came in from all over. One was from Alaska. One was from Miami, one's Alabama. We were all home. And have y'all ever heard of the trivia nights at like Gators Docksides and stuff? Have any of you ever participated? Well, I kind of go for the beer. I mean the other drinks, whatever. I just kind of go to hang out. I'm not really good at trivia, but my kids are amazing. But I did get one, and it was the fashion designer with the initial CK. Calvin Klein. I was like, yes! I was able to participate, and we got 2nd place. So we were so excited, and then, of course, if it weren't for my kids, I wouldn't have been there. But as I was going home that night, I started thinking, trivia games are a lot of fun. So today, I have created my own trivia, but we've got to talk a little bit first. So you might want to take notes, because I do have prizes for participation. So one of the things I want to talk to you about with American Home Shield is our policy. First of all, if you're a buyer now and you're asking for a warranty, you want to ask for $555, $555. That is the new $500. I'm still getting a lot of agents who go, Terry, the seller's going to provide the buyer with a $500 limit. Well, that's great. You can get a good policy with us. But if you ask for $555, depending upon the age of the home, you can get a great product or the Mac Daddy. So remember, $555. Just keep $555 in your mind. I also want you to know, if you have my business card on the back, there is now a website about me. It will tell you all about me, which can be good or bad, but go to it because there, when you get to it, you'll find out that I went to Ole Miss, go Rebels. You can find out all kinds of stuff. You can also order your warranties or find out about the warranties from there. And it's ae.ahs.com. I can't even remember it. It's so new. But look at the back of my card, and that's where you'll go to find out about me. And from there, you can get to American Home Shield. Another thing I want to make sure you understand, guys, is the new BOGO concept, buy one, get one. Well, with American Home Shield, guys, it's right on the front of the application, but nobody ever thinks about it. Buy one, get the 2nd year at a discount. Guys, it locks in the price for them, and in the event that you've got extra money or they go, you know what, I'd really kind of like this for more than 1 year, get them the 2-year program. It's a little less expensive, and it locks in that price for them. So I want to make sure that you understand all that. First of all, I also want to say thank you. We have grown 30% over last year. That is so great. Thank you so much. I also want to remind you that at the end of every closing that you do with American Home Shield, if you fill out this form and send it to me, there is a $75 reward for you in cash, right? $75. It's your little payday for doing something that you should do, because along with your seller's disclosure and the things that you sign, make sure that they sign off here. Make sure that that they tell you whether they want it or not. Guys, it is a huge risk reduction for you. It helps you with E&O claims. It helps you, it's your first line of defense to have a warranty in place on a property, especially when they're all selling as is. Right, they're all selling as is, so the condition of the home, they're not necessarily going to leave you any escrow for repairs, and often they won't do any repairs. You get this on, and it helps minimize their out-of-pocket expenses after closing, and I am a huge proponent of buyer-seller coverage. Seller's coverage, guys, starts the day you order it for the seller, no money up front. Yes, Paul, you heard it right. No money up front. And at the end of the day, in the event that that inspector finds things wrong with the house before closing, it is our responsibility to go repair anything that we cover for the seller before closing. Do y'all understand that? This minimizes the seller's out-of-pocket expenses in the event that the inspector finds things. How great is that for a buyer? And the price is only an additional $75 to that $555. Okay? Questions? Comments? Anybody? Okay, I'm good. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you understand a few things, a few facts before we start our game. Are we ready? Okay. All right. Oh, and guys, marketing pieces, this is probably your most powerful marketing piece. If you need one or anything we have, 1-800-CALL-TERRY. Okay. Those aren't really the numbers, but y'all can just find Maureen, she'll know. Okay. So it's kind of like Trivia Jeopardy. Can y'all see that? Is the light blinding you? Okay. It's kind of like Trivia Jeopardy, because what's behind these categories and these 1s and 2s are the answers. So I want from you, and I will draw your name, what I want from you is the question that goes along with it, okay? So the first question goes to Lori. Pick a category, pick a number. Buyers 1. The answer is 555. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. Here's a prize. What is? Here you go, Laurie. Ready? Okay, prize. Okay. Who's next? Okay, next one is Lee. Okay, pick a category, pick a number.
I'll do buyers 2.
Buyers 2, and the answer is 30 days. Oh, we didn't discuss this, but do you want to take a guess? How many days?
After the closing, can I still order at home?
Yes, thank you, Lori. Woo! Well, here, I got one for both of you. Here, golf balls. Here, ready? Okay. Thank you, Bob. How many days, guys? A buyer has up to 30 days after closing to still get it at the 555 pricing. Okay? All right. The next one is Denise. Okay.
Sellers for 1.
Sellers for 1. $75. What is?
They can pay $25 extra to have the items covered.
Yes! I am so proud of you for listening, Denise, right? Okay, here's the next one. The next one goes to Madison. Oh, that's right, the back. Tanya. Okay. Category and number. Miscellaneous. 2 year. You can. Yes. Yes. Yes, you can. You can actually have a 2-year policy. What is the maximum amount of time that we will carry the policy for you? Okay, next one goes to Mary. Mary.
I don't know, I can't really see.
Oh, here.
How about coverage for one?
Coverage for one. Coverage for one. Polybutylene piping. What?
Is not covered by your home warranty.
Oh, no, but thanks for trying. Here. Here's a prize. Here's a prize. No, guys, we do. We do cover polybutylene piping. Let me explain it to you. Polybutylene piping, we don't replumb a home. Okay, so there is no worry about whether it's polybutylene, we won't cover it. But if you have a leak behind your wall and they happen to have polybutylene, we will go in and repair that leak with whatever we need to do, whether it be copper or PVC piping to connect. We will repair polybutylene piping. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Gabor. Coverage for 2. Pest damage. Thank you for trying. Okay. Here you go. Guys, pest damage is not covered. Let me give you an example of what happened this summer. Air conditioning condensing unit outside. Somehow a snake got up under. Fan motor chopped it to shreds and it blew out the fan. That is not normal wear and tear. Not covered. Pest damage, not covered, okay? So keep the frogs and the snakes and the rats out of your house. Who's pest control here? No, okay. All right, so pest damage is not covered, okay? Next one. We only have 2 left. Can you read that name? It's one of our guests.
Our Keller Williams guest.
But no, I think it's this one. Yes. Yes. Tell me your name.
Yes.
Tell me your name again. Lana. Okay, Lana. You have two choices. Seller for 2. Sells faster and for more money. Which one? Wait, which coverage? Yes, and from? Say it. American Home Shield. Yes, 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 indeed. Okay, here's a prize for you, Lana. Okay, and last but not least, here's our last. Who gets to be the one? Dennis and Donna. Where are you? Dennis. Okay. Miscellaneous for 2. Whoops. ae.ahs.com. That's how we can find out about you. Yay! Yes, hold on. Let me get you a prize. Hold on, let me get one. Okay, here you go. Here you go. Okay, now, real quick. Guys, thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for your business. I am Terry Pryor. I am with American Home Shield. If you are not using warranties right now, I hope you will consider using American Home Shield because of all these wonderful things. And I also want you to know that if you're using another, I hope you'll at least let American Home Shield be a great second choice for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate your business. And guys, and here's just real quick, I'm sorry, repairs. Just a few examples. We did for Kimberly a $500 repair on a swimming pool. For Angie, $400 on plumbing. For Beverly, $590 on plumbing. For Marie Becklin, $350 on electrical. And they go $1,000 on appliances for Sherry Stone. They go on and on. I'll make sure that you get these. If any of these are yours, we do take care of our customers. Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry. I just get so excited.
You do get excited.
I do.
That's where you old Miss gals roll, though. All right.
Are you making fun
I
of me?
never would make fun of you. I need that's right. Yeah, exactly.
You are making fun.
I am never doing that. You kidding? Never happened. All right. Here we go. That's right. We'll have that forever. Exactly. Exactly. All right, Janina, you ready? Okay, so at once, I always try and bring one of our top producers in to share with you tips, techniques, things that they're doing. I called Janina the other day, and Janina, come on up, because she's going to tell us, very new in the business. She goes, what do I have to say? I said, I don't know, but you say something right because you're selling a heck of a lot of property. She's just knocking it down, taking names, all right, and worrying about the cashing the checks later. All right, I'm just telling you, she's doing a ton of business. So come on, you have a little presentation you have for us? You prepared? All right, very good. And I'll be your point man over here. I'll get that up for you. Okay. Thanks for coming by. Janina Wozniak. Sounds like a tennis player. All right. Related?
No relation.
No relation. Okay. Very
So
good.
hi everyone. I'm Janina Wozniak.
Right.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Do I have to connect
You can
myself?
flip it if you want, or you can just kind of hold it either way. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
I'll get your presentation.
All right. So Broker Bob called me last week. Broker Bob. And my first thought is like, okay, who complained about me? What did I do wrong? He never calls me. I'm always the one calling him, or Jim Shans. And he said he's been noticing my production. And by the way, I'm only 1 year. I just finished my first year in real estate. Thank you very much. And I capped. So I'm like, I just capped in September though. So next year I'm hoping to do that much, much sooner. And Brinley, where are you, Brinley? She left. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to be using her because I work 12 to 14 hours a day. So anyway, I have, this is a second career for me. I'm actually a licensed mathematics teacher. So that's actually part of the reason why, Broker Bob.
We like math teachers, don't we?
I do.
All right.
So I'm a numbers girl. I've always been very math science oriented. I'm actually from New Jersey, born and raised. I taught at Hackensack High School for a dozen years before moving down to Florida for a whole variety of reasons. So
I'm trying to make this show up on my screen. For some reason, PowerPoint will do it. Keep going.
All right. So keep talking. So what do I have to say? I mean, what do I have to say?
Well, how about this? Since we may not be able to get this up, she's got a great. I'm going to pass this around.
How are you? Why can't you get that up?
I don't know. We won't go there. I've never heard that one. That was like a fastball right down the middle.
I get.
That's like a fastball right down the middle.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you. I am so good at putting my foot into my mouth. But as a high school teacher, oh my goodness.
Just think what the people in Bangladesh are saying.
That's right, exactly. They're trying to get it translated right now. They're like, what's he got to do? Oh! All right.
Oh, that's too bad because I have pictures and everything. But as a high school teacher, and most of my students are bigger than me, so when I taught, first, I learned so much after my first year of teaching, and part of the reason, now that I work as a real estate agent, for teaching, teachers in Florida do not make that much money, and it's really a shame because I graduated from Rutgers University. I also got my master's degree from Rutgers. I was actually finishing up, I was at dissertation level for a PhD program at Montclair State University, but due to a variety of reasons, I never did complete that program. I'd like to get into it if you can Well,
What now? I don't like not translating to the screen because when I do a PowerPoint it does, but Word doc is not wanting to.
you should have told me that last
Well,
meeting.
I know I should have. Well, I didn't. You want to be what now?
How long have we been married? All right, so I mean, what can I say? I'm the oldest of two kids. My parents are both from Poland, so I am fluent in Polish. So being the fact that I'm bilingual and the fact that my kids are bilingual, I actually cater to the Polish community. So I actually brought some ads. I took out some ads in Chicago. Everyone knows that Chicago, has a huge Polish population, as well as in New Jersey. Oh, Pat, we've met. We've talked on the phone in the past. You should have seen my maiden name. No one can ever pronounce my maiden name. With my last name, every so often I do get asked, "Am I related to the Apple Empire?" Because if you know, Steve Jobs, his co-founder was Stephen Wozniak. So no, not related. I was going to name my son though. That.
Steve Jobs?
Steve Wozniak.
Okay.
Stephen Wozniak.
All right, let me tell you, there's a great picture. Both her parents are from Poland. We can't get, and Stanley's your husband.
No, Stanley's my brother.
Stanley's your brother. Okay.
Can I hold it up?
Yeah.
Can you make it big? Well, sorry. I'm going to stop asking those questions.
How come we can't get this up? Can you make it bigger? Sorry, I'm limited in what I can do here, obviously. Oh, my God. Love it. Love this lowbrow humor.
I am known, when I was teaching, I was known for my corny mathematics jokes, so.
Okay. All right, well, how about, we'll pass this around so people can see it.
Yes,
exactly.
Here, let me have,
Here,
okay.
I'll just go around. This is the family, right? This is you and your brother.
Right, that's my family.
Okay.
Just.
Both of the parents are from Poland. Now, were you born in Poland or here?
I know, I was born in New Jersey, born and raised in Jersey.
You don't have a Jersey accent.
I know. I've been married to my husband Tom for 13 years. We're going on 20. We're together for 20 years. We have 2 boys. My boys are 2 and 4.
The boys in here?
Yes, I do. My youngest son is actually a preemie. He was a 27-weeker. Lucky to be alive. 27-weeker. So he was in the hospital for 101 days. One of the scariest times of my life. What else? The person who I am today is really because of my experiences. 10 years ago, I was also diagnosed with bone cancer.
Yeah, so that's the picture I just saw when I said, ouch.
Yes.
I wasn't saying about your kids. I was saying about the picture of your arm.
So that is, my whole left arm is made of metal. I don't know if you noticed my scars yet. I think everyone notices my scars. But my whole left arm is made of metal. I have 13 screws. I actually had my surgery number 10 in June, this past June. And yes.
And how long ago were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed 10 years ago. I've had 10 surgeries over 10 years. So this is, this is my left arm. It is actually made of titanium.
Was that a selfie?
That was my.
Did you take that yourself?
No, that was.
I'm just kidding.
That was during surgery. I'm the type of person where I asked my surgeon to take actually a picture at the OR. So he, again, once you get to know me, I asked right before surgery. I asked my surgeon to take a picture of my cut open arm on the OR table. So he did that.
You did a good job. You did a really great job.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a matching scar on my leg because the bone from my leg was actually removed and put in my arm. So actually, I was wheelchair bound for 3 months as well.
Does that move?
No, my wrist is fused. I do not have a wrist. I quite literally rule with an iron fist.
Yeah, look at that.
Except it's titanium.
Funny, I love her.
Jokes. Let me tell you, I'm full of.
But look at that. It's,
hold that
it's
up.
the middle finger. How come the middle finger? You always walk around.
No,
like
that's
this.
my. That's my.
Oh, okay. That's the knuckle. I got you. Okay, it only stops to there. Okay.
And then do the, hold it up this way. So that's actually my my X-ray. Can you see it? It is amazing because if this happened, a lot of technology has come along the way. Anyone who had bone cancer in the past, my arm would have been chopped off, and it's actually still a real possibility for me. You know, so that is my side view.
Is it contained?
Is it contained? That's a good question. I go for checkups every 3 months now.
Okay.
So, but anyway, this is, like I said, it's just, you cry, you get over it, and then you keep up the optimism. And that's the kind of person, I'm an optimist by nature. I always have been. Something fell.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so all this was going on, right? And then when did you guys move to Florida then?
We moved to Florida 4 years ago.
Okay. And what brought you here?
Again, a variety of reasons. Main thing being bone cancer. I felt like an 80-year-old woman who was complaining about arthritis. Cold weather actually physically bothered me. My husband is a 9/11 survivor, so he was done commuting to New York City. So we were actually lucky enough to be able to move to Florida. I left my very awesome job at Hackensack High School where I taught mathematics for 13 years. I actually saw my whole career there. I saw the rest of my career being a mathematics teacher. And my husband was lucky enough to they allowed him to telecommute, so he was able to work from home. I became a stay-at-home mom for 2 years. That was weird because since 15 years old, I was always working. I've always been a very go-getter person. So now that my boys are over, I do employ a nanny because there's just no way I would be able to get the kind of work done that I do.
So 4 years ago, you moved here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Did you teach here?
I tutor. I tutor on the side.
Okay.
That's how I get my math fix.
Right.
But
I like math fixes. I like her. I knew there's. I remembered she was a math teacher, but there's even more I like about math.
But I'm like, okay, so my husband and we like investing. We've invested in the past. Let me get my real estate license. So I did the online school. I was actually one of the few people who was hoping the whole state test was 100% mathematics.
You and I both.
Like, I really want, you know. Past the licensing exam, I actually interviewed with a couple of brokers, and I chose Broker Bob for a number of reasons. I like the fact that he was a mathematics teacher himself, and you can't complain about the commission split. I mean, it's nice, right? And again, being the go-getter that I am, I don't need Remax to kind of feed me leads because I know I can generate them myself.
So, how do you generate your leads?
I'm so glad you asked.
What a segue. We got this all practiced. I'm glad we got this rehearsed.
One thing that I did, actually mid-September that really, really worked for me is I wrote a solicitation letter to Wood Trail Condos. I live in Newport Richey. So I do a lot of business in Pasco County. That's kind of where I am. And I actually go to where people don't want to go as well. I've actually done business up in Spring Hill, Weeki Wachee, Brooksville, Hernando County. But dealing with Hernando MLS is, okay, I'm not talking there.
Yeah.
But Wood Trail Condos in Newport Richey is a 55-plus community. I wrote a solicitation letter, which I would show you, but never mind.
Technology challenge. Bob can't get it up.
And I actually, over the course of 2 days, I physically taped this solicitation letter to the front doors of the condos. Like, over 2 days, 60 letters taped them. And I was trying to be really nice and discreet because old people, they're there and they're watching you through the windows. They're retired.
There's some old people here.
I'm sorry. Well, anyway, through that, so in a matter of 1 month ago since I did that, I've closed on a home in Wood Trail Condos. I now set it up for rent. I actually rented it yesterday. I rented another property for this guy named Vinny there. I met Bill. I closed on Bill's property. I rented Bill's property yesterday. Bill has a brother named Tom. Tom has a condo that I'm actually going to be putting up for rent right after this in Tarpon Springs. Tom's brother-in-law is a physician. This physician is interested in investment properties in Oldsmar. So I'm like, wow, I really got this whole chain just from 2 days of work of just, 2 hours of my time of hanging on this, solicitation letter. I was actually really, really surprised. My name and my information is up at the clubhouse. I've actually made myself known. I just drop in. I know Mondays they play bingo. I know on Wednesday mornings they have Java coffee hour. So my goal is to actually get a monopoly within Woodshire condos. And they're cheap condos. They're only $40,000. So it's not like, wow, massive amount of money. But the way I see it is whether it's a $40,000 deal or a $400,000 deal, I'm going to give you the same level of professionalism.
And here's the thing. $40,000 deals lead you to $400,000 deals. I don't know how else to say that. Focus on the transactions, not the size. Here we go again, right? Okay. Because exactly, they will continue. I'm just telling you, things just continue to feed off themselves, and this is just this one solicitation letter, and she's got all this list of the genealogy of where it's led her is there. And you know what? She would proactively took action while you guys are sitting on your duffs wondering why no one wants to do business with me.
I talked to everybody at Moffitt Cancer Center where I am a patient when I had my surgery in mid-June. And I don't even remember this because I was on morphine. My husband was telling me this. But post-surgery, I asked the doctor, how the surgery go, whatever. And then, again, I don't remember this, but I said apparently in the next statement, so do you want to buy a house? But anyway, all jokes aside, I actually I am in contact with 2 of my nurses from Moffitt in terms of real estate business. So I can talk to anybody, anytime, anywhere. I'm actually not afraid to. It's also part of my personality. I would be the person, and my husband, Tom, makes fun of me all the time, but I would be that person that holds up that free hug sign in the middle of the mall. I greet people with a hug. For me, relationships is important. Life is so short, life is fleeting, you never know, you just never know. So, just make sure, and a lot of my clients in the past said, especially my very first listing agreement ever, I was so nervous for my very first listing, which I actually got of October. So I was licensed from August 1 of 2014. So I just completed my first year. My first listing agreement was October, mid-October, a couple months later. She found me through Facebook. I do a lot, by the way, I do a lot of Facebook advertising. I join a lot of groups. I subscribe to Property Panorama. That's another way I generate business. So I get these virtual tours done, and then I post them on YouTube. I post them on Facebook. Facebook gives me a lot of my business. Social media, I'm available through text, whatever. People think I got a call 3 a.m. from Miami from somebody. Okay, that's a little rough, but I'm just rambling. I don't even know.
Your presentation. No, here's the thing. She's young and excited about real estate, all right? And her excitement spills out to those around her. It spills out on her Facebook page. It spills out when she's getting her arm cut open. It spills out, whatever. It's just that excitement. We talked about in the 100K, right? My favorite phrase used to be, why are you renting? 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 Why are you renting?
I do, and I deal a lot with rental customers, and I ask them exactly that question. And I know, okay, a lot of realtors don't like to do rentals because there's not much money in it. But I've actually turned some of my rental clients into buyers. So again, I will help whoever needs my help, and I will travel wherever. My 2008 car has 148,000 miles on it.
And more. And growing.
And growing.
Questions of you? How about you guys have questions of her? Anybody?
Ask questions. Yes.
What did you put in your solicitation letter?
Well, we could show you. It would say.
Where is the computer? Yes, I can. Shoot me an email. I'll be happy to email it to you, and you can, modify it to fit your needs. And I plan on actually doing that with a few condo associations. And what actually always freaks me out is in these deed-restricted communities, it always says no solicitation. So that's why I'm like this little, hurrying up, tape. Then run up the stairs, second floor tape, run down the stairs, and, tape it on the front door. And I'm always afraid of, like, someone calling the cops on me. I did have, someone who was 55 and up saying, oh, you can't solicit here. But I actually turned that around into, into a conversation. I'm not defensive. I've never been. I always like optimism,
Is it a separate doc?
It is.
Okay, good. Is it a wood trail
that would be it.
Solicitation letter? See, you're following a leader here, guys. All right. Okay. All right. You rest assured, rest easy at night. All right.
What else can I say? So anyway, September and October have been my strongest months yet, and again, when he asked me to speak, I'm like, I'm only a year into the business. I don't really have much to say to you seasoned veterans. I really don't feel I have anything of value. In September, I closed on 4 deals. On October, I closed on 5 deals. And setting myself up for November and December. So, I don't know, making goals, talking to everybody. Oh, it helps that my family's large. I cannot tell you how many cousins I have. I seriously have no idea how many cousins I have. A lot of my buyers are investors because of my degree in mathematics. Talking about, you want a 10% capitalization rate? No problem. Let me do the numbers for you. So that's where my math skills come into play now. I carry around my TI 84 plus silver edition graphing calculator, and they're like, whoa.
Awesome. Can I read the solicitation? You want to read the solicitation letter?
You can do it.
Okay.
You're doing such a great job.
All right, thank you. I'll be your Vanna White. My name is Janina Wozniak, and I'm a local full-time realtor who strives to provide 5-star service to all my exclusive clients. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I'm here to be your consultation professional. I'm specifically targeting the homeowners of Wood Trail condos in Newport Richey as I have an active out-of-state buyer right now. She's a cash buyer, all right, which was true? Okay, good. All right, that's good. All right, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. She is a cash buyer looking only at this community as her daughter and her family and new grandchild live nearby. She's looking to close on her new Florida home in the next month. Could yours be the unit she buys? Please call me today, 727-888-3889 for a free, no obligation comparative market analysis of your home. Allow me the opportunity to discuss with you my marketing tools and how I can get your home sold. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you wholeheartedly for your time. Sincerely, Janina Wozniak. Okay, pretty straightforward, pretty ambitious. Just go do it. Go ahead, Jim.
For like databases, things like that. Help you organize.
But there's so much that I know I can do better, and one thing that I need to do better, I know for myself, is have better control of my database. So I write on pieces of paper, and then I transfer them. In addition, to having, I use the MLS a lot. Where I input my contacts into the MLS. That's where I actually have my contacts. But I also have them out on paper because you never know when technology can fail you. So I am old school in the fact that I do use a planner, and I write down everything that I do and where I'm going, because otherwise, the smartphone is wonderful, but sometimes you don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
And I'm a whole I can give you a whole plethora of math jokes, That's what I'm known for.
You don't want that. Trust me, as a former math teacher, all right, she and I are the only one that get it. All right?
And Terry, your presentation was awesome because it reminded me a lot of when I was teaching my students, right in the morning at 8 o'clock, they were like, Miss, what's in your coffee? Because I would be the same, like, let's do algebra.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And they're like, oh.
More questions. Here's my question for you. How can you guys get this enthusiasm? All right, that's the question you need to ask yourself. And if you had it before and you've lost it, you need to find a way to get it. You don't have to be exact. Remember, there are there's D's and I's and S's and C's. We get it, all right? But she's excited about what she can help people do, whether they be investors, right? Mm-hmm. And she likes the fact, by the way, you all came to the early breakout session last time, so you all know how to figure out a cap rate now, right, Joanne?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got that system down. There's a great class online. Figured out that cap rate to tell somebody why, you have all that money tied up in your IRA, it should be here, all right? Or at least a portion of it, right? And get that done. No, that's all right. They'll pay me. All right. The second thing is just go work with people and let transactions lead you to transactions. That's all that's happened for you, right?
That's it. I believe in the power of nice.
Wow, that's a powerful line right there. Write that one down. I believe in the power of nice. Okay? That's it, right?
Nice
sells, by the way.
It does.
Yeah.
I think it does. Like you said, and the 7 levels, and even before I read that book, it's something again that has always been always my philosophy. And granted, everyone has issues. I've had my own personal battles that you're really only getting the glimpse of. Like, I didn't realize how sick I was until looking back at it now that I'm healthy. And it's just, again, life is short. Believe in the power of nice. Help people where you can. I got a listing over a pair of white fuzzy slippers. No joke. I gave someone through Facebook, because I also, sell things, random things around the house. My husband would say I'd sell him if I could. But I posted for sale brand new pair of white fuzzy slippers, and the buyer said, I want them, and then we started talking about real estate. That was my first listing ever, and I listed her home for sale, and actually sold that one too. One thing that I don't do as a new agent, a relatively new agent, is I didn't tell people I'm new in the business unless they asked. I did not say that, oh yeah, I got my license a month ago, because unless they ask. So when one of my past clients asked me that, and he was very surprised to learn that I'm only a few months into the business, because I carry myself as a seasoned professional. All right, that's all. Janina Wozniak, I hope, sell my Perry Place listing, Gulf Harbors. There's my plug.
Shameless plug. You get to have a shameless plug.
And on average, I have about 8 to 10 listings at any given time.
Do they have warranties?
You know what? I have your name and number, so we're going to be in contact.
Cross-selling, the triangle of trust.
I'm all about networking.
Yeah?
Networking.
That's awesome. Any last questions before I let you, Deanne?
This is not a question, but this is just a thank you, by the way, because we've spoken on Facebook about my in-laws that lost their rental.
Oh, you're Deanne.
Yes.
Hi, Deanne.
And they have opted, they're going to spend the winter in Illinois. They regret that about March. But they did. But I have to tell you all, she would out of the blue send me a Facebook thing and go, oh, hey, now I know about this one up here. If you want, if you want to call them, it might be one that'll work out, because my in-laws, the one they've rented for several years, they're putting it on the market and they don't want to rent it this year. So anyway, thank you.
Oh, good to meet you. Can I give you a hug?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So that's why
and somewhere in college, I did read that you need 12 hugs a day in order to be a happy, healthy individual. So how many have you gotten today?
Fine. Awesome. Great. Any last questions before we let her go? Janina, thank you so much. I'm sorry your presentation didn't get done. It was awesome. Great job. All right. Anything we can do for you? All right. Remember, the best way to get a hold of me is email, because that's the easiest way for me to forward it to Jim. All right. Got that one. Maureen.
Real quick, our Christmas party.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I meant to bring that up.
December's office meeting is going to not be the first Tuesday, the second Tuesday of December.
Oh, yeah. Okay, December 8th. December 1st is usually would be our office meeting. We're backing up the office meeting December 8th.
And our Christmas party is going to be Tuesday, December 8th, while Bob's already here. We're going to be at the Wentworth Country Club from 2 to 5. So put it in your calendar.
Wentworth Country Club, right off of East Lake Road.
Right off of East Lake Road.
Yeah.
And if you can,
Tuesday,
carpool.
December 8th. Oh, carpool?
Carpool if you can. We don't know exactly what parking is like there. And you guys remember from our previous parties, parking is always an issue because we have so many cars coming in. If you could carpool with another agent to come, but don't forget, put on your calendar December 8th, 2 to 5.
Got it? We'll be sitting on an Evite or something. What do we usually do so you guys can RSVP and let us know? Cool? Awesome. Jerry?
The clipboards for the sign up.
Oh, yeah. They're right here.
Does everybody have an opportunity to sign up?
And if not, we'll make sure we get the info out once we have the dates. I think that might help too, is once we have the actual dates, we'll send out an email and make sure everybody's aware of it as well.
Thank you.
Perfect. Good? Everybody great? Okay. See you tonight maybe, tomorrow maybe, some other day maybe. Gabor, we'll see you in where? Whenever. All right, whenever you're in country, and we'll do that. Awesome. Have a great day, guys. Thanks again, Janina.